Hey everybody, today we're working on the old Massey Ferguson 1428V here again. And I got this thing out the other day and started mowing and noticed that I was only cutting with a center belt, or center blade. It's got 3 of them on it. And as you can see, this belt's twisted here. I stuck it back on and it just, it rolled itself around. It popped off, so I'm going to be changing the belts out. And this is on a 1232 deck model. So as for these belts, this here is the big one that goes around the bottom pulleys, and this here is the short one that goes between the gearbox and the other pulleys. I'll tell you a little story on this. When you call your Massey Ferguson dealer and they try to sell you Massey Ferguson belts, this belt right here by itself is $198, and this belt right here is $113. Well, if you complain enough about that, they look them up and they find these here aftermarket ones. And this one turned out to be $21. And this one was $13.06. That's a pretty big difference if you ask me. I mean, I like Massey Ferguson and all, but they're being a little bit too proud of that. So I want to start off by saying this center belt, there's nothing actually wrong with it other than I think it's stretched a little bit because it's got some play in it. But I do have some more adjustment on my tension, and you can see how easy I can move that spring, so it's not that tight. But considering that one was only $13, and if I'm changing one, I'm changing them both. So the first thing I'm going to do is blow all this grass off here so it's good and clean under here. Next, I'm going to reach up under here and I unhook this spring on this tensioner over here. And I'm just going to spin this belt up off here, because that's as much slack as that pulley's going to let me have. Yeah. Come on. All right, I'll go this way. There we go. There's one. To give you a better view of how easy it is, just grab that. Literally, you can spin it up off there. That middle belt's a little bit trickier. It's a little stiffer. And we're going to fish that one out, and we're going to fish the new ones in here. When you fish this in here after you fish that around your pulleys over there, you want to make sure you get this in here with no rolls in it, no twists. You should just be able to get it started here and spin your pulley. If you can get her to bite. And pop it on like that. And there's your bottom belt on there. You can see how this spring's got tension on it, how it's got space between the coils, and that other one didn't. So whenever I put it on, we'll check it. It may need tightened a little bit. This one here is just a little bit trickier because it's so stiff. but it's definitely the same concept as to, should be able to get it to bite. And just spin your pulleys. Wow. Like that. She pops on there. Oh boy, this has got a lot more tension to it. I may not even be able to get that back up over that tensioner pulley. Yeah, there we go. Dang. Well, that's how you can tell that center belt was wore out, because this is as far back as that tensioner pulley will go, and that belt's tight. I don't even have the spring hooked up yet. I'm gonna have to get some channel locks and get that hooked back in there. I need me one of them spring hooks. Just hook it on there and grab it and pull it. Channel locks worked. And like that, you can see how there's space between these coils now. That's got tension on it. So, she ought to be ready there. I'm gonna go ahead and grease everything, and then we'll put the covers back on. And like that, your cover's back on. And next, we got some new blades for this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get it pulled up on some ramps here so we can get under there and change those. So as for this job here, you get out your 1.25" impact socket, which is what fits that. But if your luck's anything like mine, your ramps aren't tall enough to get your big gun in there. So we're going to have to grab our small gun, and I'm going to hope it's going to fit. Still 1/2" drive, just a smaller gun, and it doesn't fit either, just barely. So I've got to get this thing up a little bit taller here. So this here was my solution. You know, I've done dumber stuff. It's all good. I've got life insurance. We're good. Back to this. And that comes off. There's this big spacer thing with the splines, a big washer underneath, and the nuts in the socket. And this here's the difference between a blade that's had the guts sharpened out of it and a new one. As you can see, we've really got the life out of these ones here. They've been sharpened and sharpened and sharpened again. So it's time for some new ones. And like that blade's on there, it's changed out. There's one more better comparison of the new blades versus the old ones. So my father-in-law definitely got the life out of those, that's for sure. Well, there you guys go. There's a complete deck service on the old 1428V Massey Ferguson, and the deck model's a 1232. I was changing the belts and blades and greasing it. So, you guys like videos like this, go check out the rest of my channel, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.